Alright, welcome back everybody. It's time for the next episode of Hexposed. So for those of you who are new, Hexposed is my new little fun series I'm doing where I take the perks Hex No One Escapes Death, Hex Haunted Grounds, Hex Devour Hope, and Hex Retribution to create a bit of a fun little build where the objective is to make these hexes work as well as possible. Hex Retribution to pair with, ideally with Haunted Grounds, Hex Devour Hope to try to mori the hell out of everyone, and then Hex No One Escapes Death. Excuse me. Hex No One Escapes Death in order to be a backup plan in case things go south, hopefully. But on top of that, I wanted to also have a little bit of a discussion about hexes today. Because, you know, doing this Hexposed series and everything has really made me think about the fact that the devs claim they want hexes to stay as they are, because if they change them, they will and make them safer, or make it to where they have a more rework the mechanic, they'll have to make hexes weaker to compensate. They're like, well, we have to make the hexes have a big weakness for them to be strong. But here's the problem with that little philosophy of theirs. Literally, Noed and Devour Hope are the only two strong hexes that I can even think about. And Noed is the only one that can be somewhat consistent. And so I was actually going around, I was thinking about the hexes, and I was thinking of little ideas as to how to improve them. So hear me out and let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. So, alright, let's start with Third Seal. Hex the Third Seal, probably the worst hex in the game. Well, actually, I'm not going to quite say that. It's one of the oldest hexes in the game, one of the originals, and it's kind of crap. Nobody really uses it except for when they're trying to troll around with slugging builds, but here's the thing. It's basically just a worse knockout with a downside. So, I figured a better way to run that perk and make it a bit better is if it inflicted Oblivious instead of Blindness. That way you can't hear the killer's terror radius, and now you have to be paying attention a lot more at all times, otherwise the killer is going to catch you off guard, and it'll actually encourage you to have to go after the hex and make it worth being a hex. Because unless the survivor's running aura reading perks, it doesn't really do anything. Sure, it blocks the survivor's hook aura, but there's still the notification bubble, so you basically already know where they are. So that's kind of pointless too. And then there's Haunted Grounds. I would just increase its timer to 80 seconds because the timer on it is so short for having to lose a perk in order for it to even activate. Which I feel like this should make it more powerful than the average hex, not less. Where are you survivors at? Then I would go with Hunter's Lullaby. I'd increase the regression for missing a skill check to about 8%. I mean, look at this. Lost the hex already. I'm hoping that it's Hex Retribution and not Devour Hope. Nope, it was Devour Hope. All these hexes and I lose my Devour Hope first, so that's already that portion of the build. Dunsky. Come on now. Seriously? Alright. So yeah, there's that. Hex Thrill of the Hunt. I was thinking that when it would do the same thing it does now, but instead of the extra blood points or whatever, whenever it, since that's kind of pointless regardless, what if instead, whenever a hex perk was cleansed, okay, well that's weird. Whenever a hex is cleansed, the Thrill of the Hunt loses its ability, but copies the ability of whatever hex was cleansed first. I forget, I don't have barbecue on. So I figured that would be kind of a cool thing to do, and it would actually give the hex some use as the anti-cleansing hex. Oh, what? Oh, it was the wrong person. Damn it. Well, that was a waste. Oh well. Been around the block more than once, my friend. I'm gonna go over and kick that gen after I hook you. Nope. I don't trust that. A little too nonchalant for my liking. Let's kick that. I'll let you go for now. I know who to target though if things start going south. Hi, Steve. Chop you down. Come here. What other hex was there? Alright, Hex Ruin. I was thinking that with Hex Ruin, since it has a much less impactful effect than before, I was thinking one thing they could do to it to make it feel more like a bit less of a loss if you lose it mid-game. What if when Hex Ruin is cleansed, every generator on the map explodes, loses 10% of its its progress, and then goes into the regression state? You know, one last hurrah from the perk, so that the perk doesn't go completely... Alright. So she will make it. That's annoying. Makes my hook pressure a lot weaker, that's for sure. Thank you. Got rid of these stronger pallets. That was some bad pathing. If she'd gone for the pallet, I would have been having to kick it. But she gave me a down, which is much better for me. So I thought that ruin change was kind of cool. Alright, Hunter. Alright, I went over Hunter's little boy, actually. Alright, Hex Retribution, yes, of course. In my opinion, the most underwhelming hex in the game. It's a cool idea, but if they wanted to actually make it to where it's worthy of a hex, in my opinion, they need to make it to where the hex itself, whenever a hex is cleansed, the Oblivious status effect applies to everybody instead of on the dual totems on a single person. And then on top of that, the aura read is for 15 seconds instead of 10. That way it feels a bit more impactful, because there are several non-hex aura reading perks which do a heck of a lot more. And they don't require you to lose a perk in order to activate. Alright, 2 gens left. I need to push on one of these. Really? Okay. Alright, they're going to be going after this other hook person. Yep, there they are. Gotta get one of you out of the game. Hi. Sup, Steve? Yeah, holy crap. We gotta get these guys out now. I still have Noed as my backup. And I still have Retribution in case they decide to cleanse it, or if they find Noed and cleanse it. So at least I still have some value I can get out of it. Where are these guys? What the heck? They must have spine chill or something, and they're all just chilling in a locker somewhere. Yeah, something ain't right. They all seem to be just touching the gens. I don't understand what they're doing. Alright, so this gen's virtually untouched. I should have just gone after that Zarina. But they're playing very spooky now. One of them might have a key. Damn it. If they have a key, I'm screwed. Damn it. Yeah, I'm convinced they have a key. There's 3 of them and they're not trying to do any objectives. You burned through all your pallets. Oh, not all of them. I retract my statement. Okay, that was good. But now you're heading back into no man's land. Oh, never mind. There's another pallet there too. You're telling me that didn't hit? I'm gonna disagree with that call, ref. When the blade is touching their flesh, it should count. Got her. Sheesh. Bunch of pallets out of nowhere all of a sudden. Alright. That was a little longer than it should have taken, but... Sheesh, this hook spacing. Oh, she's not out of the game. Well. Crap. I was really hoping she'd be on her way out. Oh, found one. She's gonna hook trade. Alright, well she's gone. She can go run off. She's not dead either. Oh, hello. You are dead, however. I know that for a fact. Sheesh, where'd all these pallets come from all of a sudden? Yeah, I thought so. Burn through all these pallets for me. Oh, they're all over here. Oh, that's why. Well, goes to show how fair this game is. Alright. Well, a key completely ruined that match. But, you know, go figure that, right? Insta-heal, rank, well, not insta-heal, auto-heal, I guess I should call it. Dull key, of course, so. Round one, kind of sucky, but what do you expect? That's all. Like I've always said, key is reward failure, and that proves it. At least I pipped though. Goes to show if three of them escaped and I still pipped, goes to show how much I was kicking their butts. All right. So yeah, those are those ideas I mentioned earlier. I came up with those, and I thought they would be a cool way to make those hexes actually feel like they deserve to be hex perks, because they have because they have more of a punchy effect, a more dramatic effect on the match. Because it's like, when you compare all the other hex perks to Devour Hope, they seem so meh. Because if Devour Hope stays up, it literally creates an alternate win condition for the killer. It completely changes how the game is played if it stays up, and that's pretty cool. That's a high risk, high reward perk. But these other perks, all these other hex perks are like high risk, medium reward. It's like there's a lot of other perks that can do their job better. Haunted Grounds is, out of the ones I picked to be not very great hex perks, that's the closest one to being decent. But the problem with that is if you don't have a detection perk to go find a bunch of survivors quickly, then that hex 60 seconds is meh. And how many times have I seen that perk get cleansed after the survivor that's being chased is already injured, so you're literally getting no value out of it, and then you waste time hooking the person and everything else. So I figured extending the timer just a little bit, especially since it's a one-time use hex and it has to be cleansed for you to get any value out of it, I figured that would be a much better perk, and it would make more sense for what it is. And who knows, it might actually make survivors afraid to cleanse the totems. Because even Haunted Ground or not, I will cleanse any lit totem, because I don't take any chances with Devour Hope. Devour Hope is the perk that makes me want to cleanse Haunted Grounds. If Devour Hope didn't exist, I would never cleanse a totem. I mean, a lit totem. Because all the other hexes aren't very scary. I mean, well, I wouldn't say that. I would cleanse them anyway, but it's the only reason that I'm willing to fall for Haunted Grounds. Because, like, if there's no ruin and I see a totem on the field, and it's not third seal, and if third seal's not annoying the crap out of me, whatever, I won't cleanse it. Except for, like, at the end for points. Because it's like, why risk Haunted Grounds? But Devour Hope makes you need to risk Haunted Grounds. So, you get the point. I just want to, I just felt like the perk deserved to be a tad more punchy for what it is. Make it to where you can maybe get more than one down using it. Ah, Father Campbell's Chapel. This could either be good or really, really bad. was weird. Really? Your teammate effed you up. The shiny totem calls to you. Seeing like in these situations, Haunted Grounds actually does some work. But it's like these guys were literally right next to each other, and I only got 2 of them in 30 seconds. Not that this is a bad setup for the perk. Retribution's actually getting some value this match. But I've lost 2 totems now. And it was my Devour Hope already gone again. Dude, I have such bad luck with that. Really? Alright. You'll be burning God Pallet for me. This pallet loop is ridiculous. And that pallet vacuum thing is stupid. I need to block this. No. Thanks for wasting that. So we got a few strong pallets down. And we're gonna put this dude on the hook here. Oh, it's Yui. She might have breakout. In fact, I'm fairly certain she does. Really? Insta-save? Really? No pallet here. I forgot. Where are you gonna go? Thank you. Another uber safe pallet gone. There's a gen getting done up in the top. Gen over there exploded. This one's not getting worked on. You gonna burn up more good pallets for me? You are. Alright, I'm not gonna chase him, because he just runs from pallet to pallet. And the dev made sure there are plenty of pallets for survivors to waste. Alright. Another Claudette. Nice. Let's just throw you on here. I don't know what happened there. Shit. Didn't realize there was a pallet there. Alright, there she is. Thank you. Dead hard. How did... Look at all these strong ass pallets right next to each other. Like they're not supposed to be able to be. Really? Try to body block me. Go ahead and create dead zones out here. It's fine by me. Too late. Thanks for the free pressure. I got her. That pallet is mine. You don't touch it. I'm surprised that one dude hasn't been trying to sabo hooks in my face. That gen's fully regressed. These guys are not doing their gens very well. Alright. Oh, okay. I forgot he had dead hard. You don't get that. Whoops. Get stuck on things. On the hook you go. Yeah, basically the same thing happened twice. They got just the perfect perks to basically completely dismantle the build. I got some use out of Haunted Grounds in the early game though, so it's not all bad. You absolute fool! You're the one I wanted. Just kick this. Why not? I'm right here anyway. Really? Oh, okay. What did this accomplish? Too bad you played that terribly. Oh, he had dead hard and I forgot about it and it still didn't work out. I must like him. Pretty sure his DS isn't gone yet. And I think he's banking on that. Because, you know, I totally tunneled him. He didn't totally run into my face or anything. Got her down. 2 little slugs. So why don't we pick him up? Risk it. I saw her. Really? Not a chance. Wow, fantastic hook spacing. I'm not going to make it to this hook. Beautiful map design. Perfectly fair hook spacing on that one. Totally accounts for the permanently broken hooks on sacrifices. Oh, really? There we go. Let's just kick this real quick. Get you actually on the hook this time. And look at this hook spacing, it's so terrible. Over here there's a couple hooks that are decently close together. Well, at least we got the 4K on the second one. Luckily these survivors were not very good. They did like nothing on gens and they just burnt pallets like crazy. Nice. Not too shabby. Red rankers? This guy was a rank 1. Was he the Sabo guy? No. Sabo guy got the least amount of points on his whole team. Well, then again, this might be him. So wait, there was... whatever. So, you know, this kind of just highlights the problems with Hex perks as a whole as I play this series out. You know, it's fun to play around with this build because all Hex build sounds like it could be a lot of fun if it works right. Only problem is that the Hex are so underwhelming, most of them, that even that once the build gets dismantled, it feels like you took this terrible loss for nothing. Devour Hope's the only real big perk in the entire build, and I had the misfortune of having both games in a row get cleansed as the first totem, or second totem in the case of the second match. But, you know, we'll just can't do anything but keep trying, and hopefully that they'll take some of the ideas that I've given or that the community has given, and maybe we'll see some better Hex perks in the future. Anyhow, I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to leave a comment, like, and subscribe, please, if you would be so kind, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.